I love Tony Pizza more than anything.
What's up, Tony Pizza?
Tony Pizza. Just embrace Tony Pizza. You're not. Let's get something straight. You're not better than Tony Pizza. All right, miss.
You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Behrendt and Kane Holloway.
Hello and welcome to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers.
A weekly podcast about not taking bullshit from fuckers.
It comes out every week.
Yeah, once a week.
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays it comes out.
Today's Tuesday, as far as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Kane Holloway.
I wonder if this is how people know it's Tuesday.
We'll just keep reminding them throughout the show. You know, since it's Tuesday, don't forget to do the things on your calendar that you were going to do on Tuesday. Haha, already helping you out. We're already helping you out. We're getting your adult shit done for you. On this,
you know what I don't need people to say anymore? To say adulting.
Ew, yeah, adulting is a terrible word.
Yeah, I hate it.
I'm in Seattle visiting my sister for my nephew's 3rd birthday, and just chilling out, hanging out with family and stuff. And yesterday they made enchiladas, and they kept asking me, "How do you like the enchies?" And I wanted to light their hair on fire.
Yeah.
And I go, "Why don't you? I hate the word enchies. Just say enchiladas." And their reason for saying enchies is because the word enchiladas is too long.
Oh my God.
I would have flipped the enchiladas over. I would have just flipped the whole tray over.
It was infuriating. I'm like, I don't want to compliment these enchiladas because you guys keep calling them enchies. If I could, I'd ball them up like a snowball and toss them at you. You fucking say enchiladas. I can't wait to be home now. I can't wait to be home from that.
I get it.
We have, of course, our producer, Popsicle Pat, aka the sex symbol of the show.
Oh no.
The human table spaghetti eater.
Oh God.
But then, of course, we have our special guest producer from Alaska. You guys might remember her from a previous episode. Sydney is back, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah. Hooray. Welcome, Sydney.
Thank you.
It's great to have you. How have you been since we last recorded?
I've been good. Yeah, just working, just living life. Been up here. It's been pretty shitty weather up here it's been raining probably for 3 weeks straight. So
oh my God, I would love that.
You would love that?
Yeah, I would. I love the rain.
Yeah. It is nice, but I miss we don't get thunderstorms, so I wish we'd have some.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is it light out all the time right now?
It's getting darker sooner, but I think the sun's out till like 9:15 right now.
Oh my God, that's too long.
I
wouldn't like. I'm not crazy about the sun.
Well, we don't even have like sunlight though right now. It's just clouds, so it's
not even in the top 10 of my favorite planets.
Earth isn't.
What's that?
Earth isn't one of your top 10 favorite planets.
No, the sun.
Oh, the sun.
The sun
is not one of your favorite planets.
It's not in my top 10. Not in my top 5 for sure.
I really don't like it as a planet either. I find it to be too big.
No, it's hostile. It's hostile.
It is hostile. It's
aggressive.
Mm-hmm. It's a villain in a Mario video game. It follows Mario around.
The sun is the sigma male of all planets.
It really is the worst planet of all the planets.
And yet, we wouldn't know the moon existed without the sun.
Obviously.
The moon is a super codependent planet.
It is. Out of all the planets, the moon won't stop just it won't stop being up Earth's ass. And I'm sick of it as a planet. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I don't need this shit. We don't need as many planets as we have. What do we got? Like 18, 19 planets? We don't need that many. Let's get Pluto out of here. They keep making Pluto a planet, not a planet. Orion's belt. Who needs that? Anyway.
This is a really good podcast.
I love this show.
We take on the big ideas. You know, we come out of the gate with information you can use. It's like it's really responsibly written and taken care of. We're really prepared when we come in.
Yep. That's what I love most about this show. We're informative. You can go on a game show with the information you learn from this show.
No.
So Sydney was right before we started recording. Sydney was kind of filling us in about what's going on in her dating life, and Sydney, you had an update and a question.
Yeah, I'll keep it kind of brief because it's pretty fresh. But I'm still with my boyfriend. We've been together almost a year now. We're best friends, and yeah, I think we get along really well. But we just kind of brought up the conversation recently of maybe trying an open relationship, and neither of us have done that before. But it feels like it might be the right decision right now. We still want each other in each other's lives, but maybe just try this out, see if it helps our relationship. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have any opinions or advice about open relationships. I don't know if you have any experience with that, but I would love whatever you got.
Well,
wow. Who brought it up?
I did.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to bring it up?
I feel like I'm not getting 100% of what I need in a partner, and I've told him all of this, and so I brought it up. He was open to it. He seems a little hesitant, but it seems more to him he's worried about kind of what friends would think, and because it's a small town, and but I personally don't think that that's the biggest issue. So I feel like sometimes you can't get everything you need from one person, and I think I would be willing to try this out, and hopefully it works out. So yeah.
So in an open relationship, what people mean most of the time is sex.
Mm-hmm. And that's the big
They want to have sex with other people. Is that the area that you're deficient in?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
That makes sense. And is that not something you guys can work on?
We've been trying to work on it for a while, and it seems like it's not really progressing to the point where I need it. So it's been a conversation for a long time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, Kane's been in an open relationship before, and he loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. He loved it.
I loved it. I'm all about the concept of an open relationship if that does in fact make sense for the both people in the couple, because they both want it, and they both want honesty. You have to be you have to both tell each other exactly what it is you're up to and where you'll be.
Right.
And they don't need to be involved, but the secrecy breeds resentment no matter what. And the best way to wrap your head around this is trying your best to take your ego out of the situation, because you can never, you know, you're with a person, but they're never really yours, and that whole thing.
Right.
As far as like the set, like I was in an open relationship with my ex-wife, Kelsey, and she brought it up too. And part of it was, I think, you know, her not really fully dealing with what's I'm trying to think of the term, monogamy. She didn't like believe in monogamy, and but her commitment issues, just like in general, and commitment phobia. And so when she first brought this up, I didn't need it. You know, I didn't need it. I was sort of getting what I wanted, but she wanted to like explore other people because we were so young, and
right.
But it's not like, as far as I know, we were deficient sexually. I mean, we would always talk to each other about what we needed to make sure we got what we needed. It was just like, I think part of it was like, I want to explore and experience new people, and then on top of which have like multiple partners. And so at the time I was just like, yo, I don't want to do that. So let's break up, and then you go your separate ways. And you know, you go bang it out and do what you got to do. And then when you come back, if I'm still available, you know, we can revisit that.
Right.
But then she kept wanting to at least explore it. And so I've always sort of been open in general. So I was like, all right, I've never done this before, I'll try it out. And we did it the worst possible way, where we didn't tell each other anything. And so I'd be out with people, she'd be out with people, or at least I'd think she'd be out with people, you know, and then also we'd break our own rules sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Like no, we don't tell each other anything. And then she'd call me to be like, oh, this bartender wants to take me home. And I'd be like, don't call me with that information.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember. And so my personal thing is like, make sure you set up the rules really, yeah. But then also, you know, do your best to speak as openly as possible with what this open relationship means, you know? Like, do you feel like he wants it? He at least is coming around to the idea of it as well.
Right. Yeah. And we are going to have a conversation kind of about like rules, and like that still needs to happen. So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I feel like just being honest about if one of us is like, hey, you want to hang out tonight? And the other's like, oh, I actually have a date. Like that it takes a lot of maturity and like, yeah, take your ego out of it. But that's really the only way that it's going to work. And that's how I feel. And I just hope that he is on the same page, and we still have a lot of talking to do, but it's been brought up. So that's kind of a weight lifted off my shoulders. So
yeah, I would, has the thought of breaking up ever entered your brain as far as this?
No, because like he is so important to me, and he is like my best friend, and we do so much together. I mean, that's kind of why I want to do this, is like maybe have like the best of both worlds, but I know it can only work if he wants that too. And I don't know if that's me being selfish, but yeah, I just know he has to be on the same page. And if he can't be, then yeah, I don't know. We'd have to have that conversation, but
yeah. It's not selfish. It's not selfish to want to have satisfaction in all of the areas of your life.
Yeah.
It's not something seems like he can provide you.
Right.
But sex is a big part of a relationship.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah. And go slow, because Kelsey and I had we had certain rules. certain sex rules, like only butt stuff, and that was too fast.
With each other or with your other partners?
With the other people. Like, we didn't do butt stuff together because that's disgusting. But
Right.
with other people, it was only butt stuff. That was a hard
rule.
Maybe, yeah, maybe bring that up. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, you can only do butt stuff.
We can only do butt stuff. We weren't allowed to make full eye contact with the people we were making love to.
You don't have to worry about that. You're doing butt stuff.
Yeah.
What if you're doing missionary butt stuff? You know, you have to wear really dark sunglasses. So it's like you're having sex with the Terminator.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's that being able to, you know, listen to him as well, because he's and then if he is listening to this show, speak very honestly about what you need as well.
Yeah.
Fella, you need to tell Sydney what it is you also need. And if this isn't for you, like, you really gotta know that, because it could be fun and it could be a fun experience. But we had somebody write in recently who weren't being fulfilled in their sex life, and was wondering, or they didn't even really want to have sex, and the guy wanted to have more sex, and she was not interested, and she was wondering about if she should make the relationship open. And I saw signs that it's like that's not a good path, because a lot of times we can equate good sex, or just sex in general, that if you're not like having sex, you can equate some form of sex that's pleasurable to you as love, and then that can then make you think like, oh, maybe I'm in love with this person because the sex is good, or this, you know, the sex is different, and it feels different with this person and this person. Does that mean I'm in love with them? You know? And so being able to like understand your emotional connection over here, and then your physical connections with these other people. And also, don't wear condoms ever.
Yeah. Not if you don't. You don't need to.
Are you writing that down? You write down no condom.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Yeah.
And be careful. And the thing is, though, that we talk about on the show a lot is sex is intimate and it is connecting with people. Yeah. So it's hard to just put your emotions somewhere else and fuck. Yeah. You know, without having some sort of connection with anybody.
Definitely.
Yeah. You for sure will. Like, it's just, he will too.
Right.
You know, anytime I try to have a fuck buddy situation with somebody, it turns into and during the open relationship I was having, like, when it didn't sound like I was lying and trying to cheat on my wife, because that's just what it sounds like coming from a man. No, I'm in an open marriage.
Right.
You know,
it doesn't sound like a lie.
It sounds like I'm lying.
Yeah.
So when it is like, you know, when I do get a woman to believe that and go, okay, and you know, so you and I can only be fuck buddies. Like, that's just how it's going to work. And then inevitably I'd have to break it off, because they would want more. But I was not willing to throw away my relationship with Kelsey.
Right.
And so, you know, it's tough to find someone who is 100% cool with that. Sometimes you get lucky. That. And so be prepared to have a couple of I'm sorry, it can only go as far as sex conversations.
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I agree.
And, you know, we wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll update you guys. So.
Oh yeah. Please let us know. I'm sure our listeners want to know because everyone's talking about this now. I mean, they have been for a while.
Yeah.
But it is way more common, and you know, also polyamorous relationships and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and polyamory might also be sometimes that's a good. My roommate, my last roommate, she was polyamorous, and she had he was
with a snake.
It was a guy and a fucking snake. But yeah, he had 2 girlfriends. She was one of them. She had 2 boyfriends. I've met everyone, and then all of her friends were polyamorous, and they all slept together, and then would come into my house and it would smell like cheese. And you know, but they all seem to like. And the thing is they all knew everything.
Mm-hmm.
They all knew everything, and they all, you know, so maybe having a polyamorous relationship,
right,
more so than just an open relationship, is a good concept, because if you both can find compatibility with other people, that might be a good way to go about it as well.
Right.
And so you have each other, but then sometimes you're with Chuck and then he's with Mary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those generic ass fucking names. Chuck and Mary.
This is the theme song for What Does This Mean song. The theme song for What Does This Mean song. We'll read a self-help quote, and they're definitely not memes. Memes are something completely different than quotes. Quotes are supposed to help you through all the bullshit in your life. And memes are like that poster of that cat hanging from a tree, and it says, "Hang in there, baby," or "Mondays, am I right? Mondays, am I right?" So if you can think of a different title, then we'll probably change it.
What? What does this mean?
What is it? What?
Huh? Hello? Welcome. It's
segment. Yeah. What is?
I love when we embarrass Pat when it's just the 2 of us on here. I like that Sydney's here too, because now he gets to be embarrassed for not only himself for being on the show, but for Sydney to be a part of the show.
Exactly.
Hey, this is our segment where we try to inspire you with just quick little quotes, you know, like who needs a whole big long conversation about the intricacies and the nuances of human behavior and what it takes to really get yourself out of bed to go and conquer your goals and your demons and all that stuff. Who wants to go through an hour of that shit when we can just break it down in bite-sized little mini chocolate chunks with these inspirational quotes?
Yeah. That we generally hate.
We hate most of all. We have one from, they're all in, that's, where are they from? Who
they're in Instagram from Smokey.
Smokey Creepin'. Oh, Smokey Creepin', the man, the myth, the legend. Smokey Creepin' sent a couple. These are all from Disappointing Affirmations.
Okay.
Don't let anyone make you feel like shit. That's your job.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. This one is a picture of a waterfall. And then it says, do you really miss them, or are you just horny? And the waterfall feels inappropriate.
Yeah, it doesn't. or super appropriate, depending on how you feel.
That's true. There's another one here. Are you with someone you deeply love? Are you insecure in the relationship and feel unworthy of them? Try self-sabotage, because life is too short to wait for them to leave you. Hey, Smokey. Hey, Smokey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, totally.
Jesus Christ.
I like these though.
Yeah, they're good. They're pretty good.
Yeah. They mean what they say.
They sure do. That's what Smokey creeping. Smokey, right into the show and let us know what's up. Sydney, what do you have? You brought some memes today?
Yeah. All right. I have two that I hate and one that I kind of like.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So, let your past guide you, not decide you.
I want to punch. Like, I just want to punch.
Yeah.
I don't even care what or who. I just want to strike. I want to strike out.
Okay. I have.
Beside you.
If tacos can totally fall apart and still be amazing, so can you.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That is a good one.
It's pretty good. Okay, and then this one, my last one. Just because you don't require a lot in order to be happy doesn't mean you deserve only the bare minimum.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
What is that again?
Do you want me to read it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because you don't require a lot in order to be happy doesn't mean you deserve only the bare minimum.
See, how do you know if you're getting the bare minimum if you don't give a fuck?
Yeah.
If I don't care, then I don't care.
Right.
And I don't know if I'm getting the bare minimum because it doesn't matter to me.
It's true.
Because you're happy anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you're getting the bare minimum, you'll know you're getting the bare minimum.
Yeah.
As long
I
as
get
you,
the bare minimum from everybody.
that's true. He didn't even get a happy birthday on his birthday.
Yeah. And I'm fine with it.
He's totally fine with it. And that's the bare minimum you can do on a goddamn in a friendship is wish somebody a happy birthday on their birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, a whole week went by before you guys even knew.
You were a week,
7 whole days.
you were a week older before we ever knew anything.
Yeah.
You're almost to your next birthday. That's how long it took for us to know.
Happy birthday, Greg.
Thank you.
Sydney, happy birthday, Greg. I'm so sorry. I missed it too.
I did.
That's pretty good. What do I have? I have one that really bugged me because it's not help, but I went under inspirational quotes on Instagram. This is not inspirational at all. I tell myself I don't need anyone, but the truth is nobody needs me. What the fuck is that?
A suicide note.
Yeah. And it's over a picture of Cillian Murphy from Peaky Blinders. Most angry dudes on television. That one was weird. This one I don't like. Value the right person in your life. They don't happen twice.
Yeah, sure they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they do.
Mm-hmm.
You can be in love a bunch of times.
Yeah, holy shit.
Just value people that you find valuable. Bitch. I just have to ruin it. And then this one also bad. This one bad. Don't give up. Normally it's the last key on the ring which opens the door.
That's true. It's never the first one.
Never the first key.
I'm not weighing in.
No, okay. All right. I don't like when you don't have anything to say about the things that I bring, because it makes me feel like I really failed. And if this meme is going to inspire me, I can't give up. What do you have, Greg?
I've got a few that, again, when I choose these, I don't know what state of mind I'm in, because then when I read them, I hate them. This one's from a guy that I like, but I don't know that I like it. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. You know, not everything has to be a quote. That's Eckhart Tolle. He doesn't need to put quotes. He's got a book.
Well, also Eckhart Tolle, isn't his whole thing about the Zen life of being in the moment?
Yeah.
Right?
So you're accepting the moment as if you'd chosen it.
Yeah. That's his whole thing. Okay. But yeah.
So supposing something shitty happens to you, you have to go, oh, but I chose this.
I chose it. I chose this.
Yeah, I chose this.
Like if I'm being verbally assaulted by my boss, I just got to be like, this is the life I chose.
I mean, in some way, I guess in some way that is true.
That is true.
You are working there.
I did choose to work here. I filled out an application.
Yeah. Here's one that you can't do, but that requires you to. Next time you do something, imagine you're doing it for the last time. You will feel gratitude for even the most quotidian task.
Whoa. I've never heard the word quotidian before. And I hope it's the last time I hear that word. Quotidian.
Yeah. Yeah. That one's pretty stinky.
That one smells bad. I hate that one actively.
You know, I always take pictures from the internet of people who are ripped. I prefer that. I prefer that to quotes. Here's one. You see, hang on, there it is. Look, it's an old man.
That is a old man. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's me next summer.
Okay. I can't wait.
That's me next summer. I'm not going to get a chest tattoo, but that's me next summer.
You got to get some chest tattoo. You have to.
Okay, here's my last one. You become what you give your attention to. If you do not choose what thoughts and images you expose yourself to, somebody else will.
That's two different thoughts.
No.
Yeah.
You become what you give your attention to. So what you're paying attention to.
Yeah.
If you do not choose what thoughts and images you expose yourself to, someone else will.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're fucked.
Well, I feel like those are two different.
Oh, Taylor, dude, get it.
Okay. Jesus. You know what? You yelling at me, I chose this moment. Well, Pat, you choose to bring memes today.
I did bring some memes today. So I just got to one normal meme here.
Yay.
The ones who say you can't are too afraid you will.
Okay, but we've talked about this before. How many people in your life are saying you can't do something? You know?
No, I mean, yeah. How many are?
How many people do you find are constantly going, you can't do that? Those are the worst. Don't hang out with them. Even if it's your mom, don't tell her stuff.
Yeah, I feel like when you go, a lot of the point of view of inspirational quotes are people who are being totally fucked over.
Mm-hmm.
They're all victims. We talked about this before. Like, and the people, like, I just don't have that many people who are even interested in what I'm doing, let alone want to tell me not to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I remember the first time I asked a comic advice about comedy, and I was like, can you give me like a rundown or give me some like advice about what I should be doing in my comedy career? And he goes, am I the first comic you've ever asked? His name was Ron Osborne. And I go, yeah. And he goes, okay, here's my advice. Don't take everyone's advice. And he's like, it doesn't apply to every, and comics. And this also is people. Well, people will just give advice and will say exactly what they think you should be doing. And then that's biblical. Like you have to stick to that thing, And so not all advice is good advice. And not all advice, some advice is good advice that just doesn't apply to you, So, and I don't have a funny thought to end this. So let's just move on.
That's all right. Because I've got what we're all waiting for. And in honor of Sydney, I've got a bonus real man quote this week.
Oh my God.
So we've got girls with 13 exes, 4 boyfriends, 20 crushes. Be like, these days boys are not loyal.
It's weird. It's like this should be from incel.com.
Yeah. And do you find yourself in a room with women who have a bunch of exes, a bunch of boyfriends, and a bunch of hookups, and they're telling you that boys ain't loyal? What the fuck? What do you know? You're sitting around in your computer chair just making this up.
What about the guy on The Bachelor this week that said, I don't trust either of these bitches?
Yeah. And then cried about his dog.
Rambo. That guy, they looked it up. He's a registered Republican.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
I love my cat, Griffey, and I would be just as upset.
I wouldn't go on the show.
Of course I wouldn't go on the goddamn show if my cat had a tumor. Go home to your tumor-ass dog. Dipshit. You don't trust these bitches? Then don't go on a goddamn reality show and fight for the love of 2 women with 4,700 guys.
All right. I've also got, it's true girls don't care about your looks when your wallet is full of money.
Preach, brother.
Hell yeah. Girls only want that dough. If it looks like you're leaning to one side when you sit down, she knows your pockets are full.
Yeah.
Good God.
And I think we'll close it out with this one. Women don't cheat. They just fall in love with another guy and forget to tell you.
What? Did a woman write that or a man?
Yeah, what are you talking about? They forget, like they just forgot to tell you. That doesn't seem like, yeah, then what are you complaining about?
Yeah.
They might have something wrong with their brain. You should check on your loved one. She's out thinking that some guy is you. Have a head injury. Go check on her. Good God. How do you feel, Greg, as the real man of the group? How do you feel?
I'm pro Johnny Depp today.
Hell yeah, you are. Hell yeah, you are.
Fuck Amber Heard.
Well, you knew Amira was just after your wallet.
Well, that bitch's been after my money the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And she was actually dating another guy.
I didn't know anything about it.
She fell in love with you and just forgot to tell that guy.
So true. Plus, she had like 13 exes and a bunch of
boyfriends. You know, you just can't trust Amira. I've said this from the beginning. You can't trust Amira.
No, and I don't.
I said this after your second kid. I don't think you can trust this girl.
Yeah. No, she's running a scam.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hustle. And you know that because she's with a guy whose career flamed out like 10 years ago. She's only in it for the money.
She's thinking you got at least 1 to 2 more hits on your hands, and then she's out.
Then she's out.
Then she's out. I'm gonna ride his coattails for 20 more years. Then that's it. Greg, you know our listeners are really funny and super cool, and they do cool shit.
Yeah.
We're hanging with one of them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like your swagger, Sydney.
Yeah.
We got a message in. We have a Discord. Sydney, do you belong to the Discord?
No.
Sydney.
I know.
My Lord.
I'm a fake fan. Right?
A fake fan. She's a fake fan. That one. My best Trump.
I don't even know what a Discord is. We don't put that on the episode, but
it's an app you can download on your phone, and then you get to talk with other listeners such as yourself and us sometimes.
I'm gonna get on there.
Hell yeah.
It's where podcasts have forums.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we have sections. We have all kinds of sections. Questions for the show. You can submit what does this means. If you've been to our workshop, you can hang out there. Thirst traps.
You can leave us a voicemail on there.
You can leave us a voicemail on there. It's ETBFF podcast on the Discord. And then we have a whole section of me being cool and doing cool shit. And our listener from Australia, Laura Lou, says, I did a thing. Probably over a year ago, I wrote into the show and said I was writing a children's book. It's now published. And I got them yesterday. I'm so completely and utterly happy. Also overwhelmed. I have to market myself and sell them. I am currently wrestling with website creation, but if anyone out there is looking for an Australian illustrated book for very young kids, you'll soon be able to head to laurahamilton.com.au and purchase one, or send me a message. And it is the picture she sent. The book is called Out of the Pouch, which I'm assuming is a coming of age book about kangaroos leaving the pouch.
Oh.
And the picture she sent is of her holding the book, and then her kangaroo also holding the book. She has a kangaroo.
Oh, she's got a few of them.
She's got a bunch of kangaroos. She's Laura Roo, the kangaroo owner. This is cool. This is really cool. Laura, if you're listening, which I'm sure that you are, please send us a link whenever you have the link ready for people to buy the book. We would all love to buy one and support you. And then we would love to put the link up everywhere for people to purchase them. So if you would,
we love you, Laura.
Yeah, we'd love to put them out there. So just let us know when it's available, and we will definitely for sure put it out there for everyone to buy. Out of the Pouch, illustrated and written by Laura Hamilton.
Have you ever been in the pouch? The pouch is a bummer.
No, I've never been it.
It's all wet.
It is it? Can you keep stuff in there?
No, it gets all gummy.
What if you want to?
You put a candy in there, it would dissolve.
What if you put it in a plastic bag?
And then put it in there, well, that would be fine.
Okay. Well, then I would like to go to Australia, all of us. Then we tour or something. We play to our Australian audience, which we seem to have plenty of Aussie listeners, and then put all of our stuff in plastic bags and then put those plastic bags in kangaroo pouches. And we'll call it the Kangaroo Pouch Tour. Thoughts? Greg is frozen or he hates this idea.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about Australian racer Oscar Piastri.
Good Lord Almighty.
Yeah. Yeah. This week he's a test driver. He hasn't raced in F1.
Holy shit.
The Alpine race team
Uh-huh.
said we're pleased to announce that Oscar Piastri will be racing for us in 2003. And then he sent a tweet and said, "No, I won't."
Okay. Damn, he don't play.
Fuck, he don't play.
He don't play.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to
It'd
know.
be exciting to have him in the sport next year. He's really good.
I bet he is. I can't wait to know every detail that you out of nowhere.
Right there, Pat. Get on it.
Get on it, Cat.
Open yourself up.
The F1 racing. I mean, we already got you to watch dating shows, for Christ's sake. Now it's time to learn about race cars. He never does anything we say. You know? We got from Anonymous a question in. She wants to know if her boyfriend of 3 months is trying to break up with her. She said, let's see here. I need relationship advice, not even your advice, just your interpretation of some text messages. If this is weird, no problem, but you were the first I thought to ask. She says, here's the backstory. We've been dating for like 3 months, seeing each other multiple times a week. We both got hit with COVID a couple weeks ago, and now he's being weird. And the text message thread is, he says, is it okay if we do dinner tomorrow? Been a long day. No energy really. She says, yes, of course.
Well, wait, he's moving the dinner. He's moving the dinner to the next day. Okay.
She says, yes, of course. That's totally okay. Definitely get some rest. Then he says, thanks, babe. Been a long ass day on my feet. She says, no problem at all. You must be exhausted. That's a lot for your second day back. And then the next morning, she says, morning, hope you're alive and you got some good sleep. And then he says, I'm doing okay. How are you feeling? And she, feeling better about her test. She says, are things okay? I feel like there's something up. And then doesn't respond to her the entire day. And she says, hello. And he says, hey, I'm sorry. I've been super busy. It's okay. I've just been, a lot's been on my mind and I'm exhausted. I just need to chill. Sorry. We can hang out this weekend. Did you get your test? She says, no worries. I understand if you want to talk about anything. I'm here. Zero pressure though. And that was the text message thread. And she's like, I'm wondering if this is the typical male breakup segue, or if he does just need some time to chill after going right back to work. And if it's the pre-breakup segue, is it too aggressive or presumptuous to text and say, if you're going to break up with me, please do it now instead of waiting till the weekend? I'm guessing that would make me look like a little psycho.
Yes.
Yes, she would look psycho.
Here's what's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
She started it by saying, I don't know, somewhere back in there, is everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do anything to indicate that things weren't okay.
Right.
But she was like, is everything okay? And then she said, I'm here to talk.
Right.
So she's already having the conversation with herself. He hasn't actually done anything other than not bring up impending and then pushed it to the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the fact that he pushed everything is not a good sign.
Right.
It could be he's putting the fade on it.
Sure.
But her asking, is there something wrong, pushes him even further away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he doesn't know what to say. So it's
Gotcha.
almost self-fulfilling prophecy. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So when he does break up with her, if he does break up with her, you're saying that her pushing it this way is sort of getting it in his head,
Expediting it.
The process. Like, but he was already, you think he's already within the headspace of breaking up with her?
If he wasn't, he might be.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, the I'm busy stuff is so see-through. It's the most transparent of all things.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like if I write somebody and they don't write me back, and then a couple of days later they write back and say, sorry, I was super busy. I don't really care. I don't bring it up again. I don't even mention it. I just move on from there.
Right.
They either were or weren't busy.
Right.
I know that when I'm saying I'm busy, I forgot about you. I'm lying.
Right.
Every once in a while, I'm really busy.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I see my text.
Right. I would also put it, I've gotten this before, but I've also, it wasn't with anybody I was ever dating. It was somebody that I was attempting to have a fuck buddy situation with, where we would, once we moved into fuck buddy territory, all of a sudden I wasn't as responsive as I used to be, but I had been as the same amount of responsive that I usually am. And they, you know, because the frequency in which they want to be texting me isn't as much as I'm giving back after we, you know, would be like sexy texting or hooking up or whatever. Then all of a sudden it's like, you know, how come you're not as responsive? Like, what happened? And I'm like, well, this is how I text my friends. I text them when I'm not busy. And also how I would text my girlfriends if I was dating them, because when I'm not busy, I text. Now, however, if he has like a large frequency in which he's constantly texting you, and then all of a sudden it dips way down and you don't hear from him the entire day, and then the next thing you know, he's just being like, yeah, I can't see you tonight. I can't see you today. I can't see you the next day. Let's just try it for the weekend. That would creep into my mind, of course. And then I would just want to be like, yo, I would say, what's the deal here? Can we talk and jump on the phone real quick? Because I hate, you know, you're never going to get everything you need from a text message. So the first thing you should do is be like, can we jump on the phone real quick? I'd love to talk to you. And then you get a better understanding of what's going on in their mind through their voice and their vocal cues and how they talk to you now. Because you're not always going to get the same shit through text message.
Sydney, what are your thoughts?
Well, I feel like for me, like sometimes I do that where I have a long day at work and I just cancel plans because my work is very social and I socially can't do anything after that. I don't know if it's the same for him, but it's not like, I guess it just, in my mind, it doesn't necessarily mean something's up. Maybe he is just that kind of person, but if it's a new behavior, then I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, he did just have COVID and all that.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of factors in play.
Just having a conversation, and not over text, because that never.
I think though, if I really cared about somebody, I'd make the point to explain to them why I didn't want to see, like, be more, a little bit more like, I had a long day, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd be a little bit more gentle with them, like, hey, do you mind if we just don't do something tonight so that I can fucking bath or whatever.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. I can't get a full breath in when I walk upstairs. So it's cool if we just if I chill tonight.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know, but also when I'm super into somebody, it's like, you know, I don't want to not continue to talk to them.
For sure.
You know? Like I would be texting them or jumping on the phone or FaceTiming them or sending them shit. Like I would still be actively talking to them, even if I didn't have the energy to see them that night, or I couldn't, you know, or I'd be like, you want to come over to my house and chill? Cause I don't feel good, but it would be nice to have you here to run your fingers through my bald head.
Are you going to put oil on your bald head and rub it all over her? Like George?
His bald head on her.
You went through this whole thing about trying to meet someone who doesn't speak English. Yeah, I would love to put some oil on my bald head and rub it all over my girl's body. That would be amazing. If she's listening, let's do that next weekend. I'm busy now, though. Yeah, I think ultimately what we're telling her is have a phone call, like conversation, because you know if you have these fears, you should get ahead of them. If they are truly nothing, then you know just ask him to have a little bit better. You know, also tell him what's up with you and your thought process of all this. And but having a conversation on the phone would give you a better handle on if this dude is actually flaking on you and pushing the breakup till the weekend till he gets the courage, or maybe he is just tired and he's not someone who's very communicative. So, and yeah, I think that's good, right?
Yeah, I think that's good.
I think that's good. Do you want to do a Reddit remix, or what do you think?
Yeah, we got time.
Reddit remix. All right, it's time for a Reddit remix, guys. This one says, my boyfriend won't stop calling me Tony Pizza. I, a 21-year-old female, and my boyfriend, who is also a 21-year-old male, currently live together and have been together for about 4 months. To explain why we are living together at the 4-month mark, we started out as roommates, but then started dating. Oh, no. Oh, no. I have to say my boyfriend has never been good at pet names. How would you know? We've been together for 4 months. Okay. Some early ones were Little Stubster. And Sour Meat.
Oh my God.
First off, she has this so wrong. He's a genius.
So far, an incredible pet name giver. One of my nicknames for him in comparison is Little Bird. I don't know this man. That's what I call my 6-month-old niece. She coos like a bird, so I call her Bird, and sometimes Little Bird. So terrible. You're terrible, Adam. Anyway, about 2 weeks ago, he starts calling me Tony Pizza. This doesn't even make sense, and he uses it more often than my actual name. He is obsessed. It honestly bothers me that he can't even bother to find a somewhat nice nickname for me. I have had a couple of conversations with him about it, but he says he just can't think of anything better. What do I do? Is this going to become a bigger problem, or should I even address it? I hate being Tony Pizza. What an amazing sentence. I hate being.
First off, I love the nickname Tony Pizza. I love it so much.
It's so good.
I wish I called Amira Tony Pizza.
It's amazing.
She would hate it. She would hate it. But I love it. I love it so much. I think this guy's a genius. I hope he writes a book.
A book of nicknames, like a book of baby names, only it's nicknames.
Sour meat? What's up, sour meat?
Yeah, sour meat. So bad.
Sour meat. The implications of the nickname sour meat. Endless, boundless. Yeah, I love Tony Pizza more than anything.
What's up, Tony Pizza?
Tony Pizza. Just embrace Tony Pizza. You're not, let's get something straight. You're not better than Tony Pizza. All right, miss? You should be grateful you're Tony Pizza. Sydney, if your boyfriend called you Tony Pizza, would you embrace it?
Yeah, I like a man with some humor. So
Yeah, me too. He's a genius.
Genius.
I want to see his stand-up special.
yeah.
I hope he has one. Sydney, do you have a nickname for your boyfriend?
No, sometimes I call him bro, but no, we don't really. I've never really been into that, but maybe I should start.
Can you start calling him Tony Pizza and see how he feels?
Yeah. What was the first one? The
little stubster or something?
Stubster.
I probably shouldn't call him that, but yeah, no, that's so funny.
Yeah, I would say sour meat's a good one. I think we should all conjure up some pet names for our loved ones, and then we should come back next episode with pet names. You know, and as good. I don't know. We're not gonna be able to be as good as him. Yeah, but I'm gonna try and stay competitive. So I'm gonna come back with some gems. Tony Pizza is the one to beat. And that will be really difficult.
It will be really difficult.
Yeah. Do you have a pet nickname that's super weird that your boyfriend or girlfriend gave you? Do you love Tony Pizza and wish that your loved one would call you that? You let us know how you feel. If you have any relationship questions, you can send them all to dtbffpodcast@gmail.com or on our Instagram at dtbffpodcast, which you should follow because it's really cool over there. Would you like to support the show? We do bonus episodes on Patreon, patreon.com/DTBFF podcast, and join our Discord, DTBFF podcast, DTBFF podcast on everything. Sydney, would you like people to follow you?
Yeah, it's still the same. Sydney Lee King.
Sydney Lee King. I follow you. Greg follows you. Pat follows you. And it's lovely. It's enjoyable. A lot of pictures of your dog in the mountains.
Here's my dog. Yeah. Oh.
Is that your dog, Tony Pizza?
Tony Pizza. Sour meat. Yeah.
Sour meat. You can follow me at Kane Holloway.
You can follow me at It's Gregors.
I'm at DTBFF producer Pat.
And you can also call in the show. What's that number, Pat?
That number is 323-379-5544.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.